Marco, everybody speaks about magic and magic and magic like something magical. Is this real or it's fantasy and it's tricks and it's technology? What is around all of this?
Well, magic, I guess, is a craft. It's like playing the piano or learning to program a computer. It involves skills. There are different elements actually which go into magic: psychology, secrecy, skills, and a lot of technology. And that's what interests me the most.
You are going to show us some tricks, you are going to do some magic. What are you going to show us here at the Ciudad
So
de la
today
Sierra?
I'm going to talk a little bit about the art and craft of creating contemporary illusions and the elements which go into creating magic, modern magic. They're not really tricks, they're more like magical experiences or magical stories. For me in my magic, it's not so important to me to fool my audience. I want them more to have like a magical experience.
To be surprised.
To be surprised and like the kind of experience you would have if you listen to music or literature or watch a movie, that kind of willing suspension of disbelief, like going into a fantasy world for a little bit, but not being fooled or tricked or deceived that much.
We have been seeing many great magicians. One of them, David Copperfield. What do you think about this magic? Something so special like disappearing, I don't know, a statue crossing a wall. What do you think about these magicians? Do they have a special gift? It's really, or is something back there?
I don't think anybody can do real magic, if
Alright.
that is the
Yes,
question.
yeah.
Like, so, but you know, magic is a very wide field. So there are many different things in magic you can do. Magic with your hands, or with big illusions, or on television, with editing, or it can be personable, or funny, or scary. So, and that's really great about magic. Magic is a field which is so wide that we can all do different things, and I think the only job we all have, all the magicians have, is entertaining our audience and giving them a magical experience.
Here we are at dangerous ideas. What do you think magic is a dangerous idea?
Um, I wouldn't go so far. You know, like I think magic is something we all experience when we are little. When we're little kids, we love rainbows and soap bubbles, and everything is magic. When we grow up, we lose a little bit of that. A lot of people lose that. They get very disillusioned. And so I think the dangerous idea in magic is maybe to re-invoke that childhood-like sense of wonder in the audience and have them, you know, make their eyes sparkle a little bit.
Do you think that now in a world full of technology, full of everything we can discover, we can Google it, we can look it at Facebook, whatever, magic is losing some of this illusion, or people are losing this imagination that sometimes discover or surprises the whole world?
I think access to knowledge is always something positive, and distraction is always something maybe not so positive. So I don't think magic is losing its foothold. I think people are still very intrigued by magic. It seems that magic is a universal conversation starter. People see a little bit of magic and then they start talking to each other about it. So in a way, magic is a social glue. It's like the real life social network. I show you a trick, and right after you want to talk about it with your friends and talk about it, how it was done. And if the magician is a good magician and maybe tells a story beyond just fooling you, maybe you talk even about the subject matter of his work and not so much if he's just a good musician or not.
Have you seen today and yesterday there were some people doing magic here at this stage, like Lior, like Robert. What do you think about them? Did you see what they do?
Yeah, I generally enjoy watching magic, and I'm not very discriminative. So I like amateur magicians and professionals. I also like when I see magic, I like to watch the audience and the reaction of the audience to the magic, which I think is the most important. So if somebody can entertain an audience, then he's a wonderful magician.
When you see magic, are you really thinking about being surprised with the magic, or you are thinking, how did they do that? How did they that? How do they do it? And trying to find out. What it's different because you are in that media. So for me, maybe it's...
For me personally, magic
Yes.
is not about fooling my audience. It's
Yes,
about
at all.
giving them a magical
Yes.
experience. The conversation I try to avoid is how did you do that? That was great magic. I think if that happens, I almost feel like I fail, because if it's only this, then it's just about me. But if it is, oh, that was beautiful, and I never thought about technology in that way, or I didn't think about deception in that way, then we have a different conversation, which is not about me, and it's much more interesting.
What do you like people to get out from here, from you, to get when they get out from Ciudad de las Ideas and show and watching you?
Well, it's very difficult to say. Like, I don't have a strong takeaway. There's no call to action. Go out and live your life like this, or work on that. What I try
do
to
magic, maybe.
So what I try to do is I try to show what I do, and maybe some people will get inspired by exactly what it is, or by seeing somebody who's a little bit an outlier, a little bit a weird person, who's successful and enjoying what he's doing. And sometimes this can be a big inspiration, just to see somebody else who does something he truly loves and has a wonderful life doing it.
Thank you. Something more you would like to tell us, to say everybody here at Ciudad de las Ideas and everybody around that?
Well, it's my first time at this festival.
Where are you from?
I'm from Switzerland. I live in New York City, and it's a wonderful experience so far. I look very much forward to my presentation, which is in just about an hour and a half. So
We will enjoy it very much.
Well, thank you very much.